Okay, so a couple of more technical difficulties later. We had a little bit of a power problem. So we're just resetting, making sure what is going on before we get underway here. So as you see at the bottom of your screen, there's a couple of people just checking in, making sure all of the power problems have been resolved. And once they have been, we will get this match underway. Okay, so we're just working on a couple of audio issues here. Some of the headsets were going down, but we're hopefully going to have them back up here in just a moment. Okay, so after a few issues,
Just a few.
only 15 minutes of those issues were really our faults with the power. The rest was on Blizzard, so we'll see as we restart this game to get this up and running. So we got about 30 seconds as the teams select their heroes. And then this is again Lijiang Tower.
This time it's a different.
I say this is a different version of Lijiang Tower.
So Lijiang Tower actually has 3 different maps, and you play at best of 2 out of 3 to see who takes the map.
Oh,
so this
best
is
2 out of 3?
Best 2 out of 3. So this one's a little different.
So it looks like we're having a different version of that map this time around from the last one that had a center location, but it's still some other kind of tower in the middle there. So we're hovering right now over
Waiting for the
where
teams
the
to spawn
point
in.
is
5,
going to
4.
be. And most of the folks will come out from there and clash here in the middle.
And
Rockets already flying. Looks like we got at least one Pharah out there then.
And for some reason, I don't have the ability to move.
Well, that's unfortunate. It's going to be hard to follow the action at that. Now, looks like blue team is early to get on the point. And they're getting pushed off the point by red team. And red team's going to take that point after killing half the team. Well, almost all of the team. So you only have 6 players on each team. And each of them have to coordinate really well in order to make this a successful match. If you're not coordinating, you're going to get splintered off. And then the team who wins is really the team who works better together. Looks like
they're taking the fight out to the courtyard, it looks like.
Yep, and the Pharahs are flying all around, just shooting rockets, trying to make
Red team's taking this fight too to get a nice point.
And red team is still in control of that point. So it looks like they're pushing blue team back towards their spawn zone.
That they are. Their Reaper is getting a lot of work done.
And Reaper is one of those attacking heroes where you're actually supposed to go on the offensive with him. And you want to have a good balance of attacking heroes. It looks like they've got, they switched over from Pharah to
Blue
Reaper.
Team is trying to take the high ground. Oh, here comes the Pharah ult. Justice.
It
And
does
she's
rain
got
from above after all.
4 kills. That is huge. Looks like they're pushing all the way into blue territory.
As they should. What you want to do is control that point and then push the other team away, so you trap them and only have like maybe one area for them to get through to successfully push back on the point.
The blue team's trying to push back in toward the point, but they're getting really short on time. They got to make something happen here.
Yeah, there's only like 16, 15% left, and it's going to be over. So if you're blue team, you want to try and get somebody past the team rather than trying to fight them at this point.
It looks like red has taken.
They're probably going to take
again.
this first one.
99.
So red team is going to take this first little round, and I believe that was Team Private Profile on that one.
Private Profiles.
At least I think it was. And here we go, the actual Lijiang Tower that we wanted. Or we started on last time, but then it
This is round 2.
moved.
So Lijiang Tower, like I was saying, is one of those that has 3 different maps. So you have to do a best 2 out of 3 to take the map. So this is still Lijiang Tower.
Yeah, it is still best 2 out of 3 with this. So that was Team Private Practice or Private Profile taking that first round. So now we're going to see what they can do. It looks like they're going to be going a different direction than I normally do.
Taking the left side, going inside the building, and they're going to be coming in from the back.
Yep, and there's just going to be a battle. As you can see when you get in, really
there's
on
a
everyone.
May wall. That's a really great May wall.
Oh, May came from behind.
She cut the entire team off. Now she's back here with Reaper, who's getting sandwiched. But I don't know if they're gonna. I don't know if this is good for private profiles or not. It looks like blue might take the point here.
Yep. Well, unless they come from behind.
I think
it looks
they've
like
got
there's
this.
a classic pincer maneuver going on
They do
here.
have that Reaper who's been doing so much work for them. Is in the back, and Reinhardt's on the point now too. I don't.
Yeah, Reinhardt is one of those tank characters where they're tougher to kill.
Reinhardt's down now though. May is just buying so much time though.
Yeah, that wall, what you want to do with it is put it down usually to cut off your
But it looks like
opponents.
they've got Mace contesting it again. She's so good at this.
Yep.
Zone control.
You just got to put one little bit, like
And
one
there's her
little foot
ult.
in there.
And that's probably going to be...
That's going to clear the point.
That's just going to clear... Wow.
It's going to clear most of the point there. And it looks like we who shall not be named are trying to make something.
Trying to make something happen, but it seems like they've lost the point.
Oh, there we go.
And
Team Private Profiles
has it.
Holding on to that point now.
And they're going to move forward again and try and block them from getting anywhere near it. But it looks like they might have a flank coming back to the back already.
Yeah, that's why this particular map is a little bit more difficult, because it's got more ways to get into the center tower than the other one.
And Private Profiles are falling back to contest the point again, as it looks like who should not be named.
Yeah, so what you want to look at is if you're contesting the point, they're still going to be accumulating percentages on that win. So you want to get people in there to contest the point all the time. And there's a big old battle going on right here.
And that's the Gravity Surge. It's holding Lucio down, and he's not going to make it out.
And yeah, he is going to break it down, as he would say. But it was him breaking down this time.
That
was a bad joke.
I wasn't going to say anything.
Nah, your silence said it all. So
they're grouping up to try and retake the point again.
Private Profile still holding strong with their defense.
Pushing right. That wall went down really fast.
Yep.
Oh, that was an amazing ult from Reinhardt. It took the entire team, but he just didn't have any follow-up. They're going to... No, Lucio booped 2, so that was two for Lucio, and they're going to hold on to the point still. Yep. And especially with May ult holding it down like that.
Yep, sometimes you want to save your ultimate for the defensive end of things. You don't want to just make it happen to try to kill everybody else. You want to hold on to it and be more strategic with your key.
See which way they try to go this time. It looks like Mace is going to try and keep them back in there.
Private Profiles is trying to push all the way back to their spawn to cut off
They're in
any
overtime.
kind of move.
It's contested. It's 2-1 on the point. Who got back here? It's like it's Doomfist and... Oh, they're moving too fast.
Just one person.
Hammond.
A hamster?
But the hamster. Hammond the hamster. But it's just not enough. And
all the rest of the team is showing up.
They're dropping their ults. There's got a Lucio ult in there. But
it could be just too little too late. And boom.
And there it is. They were pushed off the point, and that's it.
So that is going to be Team Private Profiles taking the first round of this. So yep, that's the end of the first match. So play of the game looks like May is going to be the one who did really well this time. So play of the game, if you are unfamiliar, is the best play that Blizzard was able to come up with. Sometimes it's defense, sometimes it's offense. And then everybody's got the opportunity to give accolades at the end. So that was the first round. So we'll be back after a little break for the second round. So if I remember right, we're doing best 2 out of 3 within the 2 out of 3, or is it something different?
Right, but I have to change the map. So I have to Oh.
Okay, welcome back. So we're making sure that we're all on the same page this time. So we're playing best 2 out of 3. Now within that game mode we just played, you go 2 out of 3 to prove the winner. So that was winner of round 1 within the 2 out of 3. So Team Private Profiles now has 1 victory
And
over,
are on the red side.
Yep, and now we who shall not be named need to win the next 2 game modes to win. So Team Private Profiles just needs to win this one to secure victory within their round.
And it will be we who should not be named that's attacking this time, so they're in the red, and Private Profiles who are in the blue this round.
Yep, and this is one of those payload matches, which is also an escort match, if some people are unfamiliar. So that white area that you see on the right side of the screen,
objective.
That is the first objective. You need to control that objective to unleash the payload. And once the payload has been unleashed, you have to hover on the payload or around the payload in order to move it forward. And once you get to the end, that's where either one team wins or loses. So you have, I believe, usually 2 or 3 minutes to get that objective, control it, and move it forward to the next objective where you've got a few more minutes on top of that.
And Private Profiles are setting up to defend this point here.
And there's not just one way. It seems like they might be creating a bottleneck right there at the gate opening, but on the left side of your screen there's another way around.
Reinhardt pushing right up through the front.
Sometimes that's what you just got to do, is push forward.
And Private Profiles seem to be just backing up a little bit and giving them a little bit of room as they fight their way back toward the point.
And there's going to be lots of battle around the point there. As, looks like Doomfist coming up from behind trying to take out
Private Profiles got a couple of really big kills there and
pushing them back.
It looks like they will hold the point this time as he who shall not be named is resetting.
That looks like one of their Reapers is a little bit forward and he gets killed. So you can't strike out on your own all of the time.
There's a strategy to keeping enemy players alive so that they take longer to respawn and are not there for the group fighting.
Yeah,
so that may have been something that they were trying to do, is just sort of let him run around until they can kill him just before the fight starts again, so he won't be there.
Yep, now we who shall not be named have to have just about 3 minutes to control that point. Now, in the event that there are people on the point, it becomes overtime or sudden death, as it's called sometimes.
This is an escort mission. So when they take this point, actually a car will pop out of the wall there that they will have to escort to as a payload to a location. And it looks like this this fight was almost a tie.
Yep, it was contested there for a little bit.
Just barely. Private Profiles managed to pull it out, and they're running back to point as quickly as they can. But will they be able to set up in time to?
I hope so, because Private Profiles is one ahead right now, and it'd be nice to see them take a clean sweep.
It's like they're pushing through the side. Oh, that
was just
Doomfist
mean.
ult. That was huge. He took out pretty much the whole team. The fight is just over. Their Doomfist is really something.
That's why you want to control your ult and save it sometimes for the bigger plays. As you can see at the top of your screen, there are 3 ultimates ready for red team, which is the We Who Shall Not Be Named.
That means they'll have an advantage in this coming up fight, and that might be what allows them to take the point.
Yep. And those percentages next to the player portraits show how close they are to getting their ultimate.
That ult is coming down. She's doing a lot of damage with that, but I don't know if that's quite enough. They've still got 2 ults to leverage.
Yep, and just about a minute left to go.
Oh, here comes a gravity surge, just pinning everybody down, and that's just
everybody.
it. Now that ult just holds them in place. It gathers everybody up and holds them in one spot. And they're just going to back up right back up into the spawn. This Tracer is really giving them some grief.
It's a mean Tracer. I never liked playing against Tracers. They're too quick and mobile. And I usually played the tanky characters that could not get a hold of Tracer.
They're pushing forward, and they still have an ult. But
they've got 2 ults.
Let's see if this McCree can get anything done with this
High Noon.
High Noon. That's one of those game-changing ults that, oh, that was a good Orisa. Right click. Pulled everybody back in.
It looks like a bunch of ultimates set up now.
The Orisa ult is down. There goes the Doomfist ult, and they're just going to take this fight again.
Oof, and push them off. So 15 more seconds left to go. So now it's crunch time for We Who Shall Not Be Named.
And they're just going to set up right in this choke point, and
that's
here comes Reinhardt. That's a little far forward.
And Doomfist really pushing hard. Oh, he gets taken.
There it is.
So round 1, they're over.
So round 1, they didn't take the first point. So that means that as we come into round 2, We Who Shall Not Be Named is going to be defending that point.
Yep.
And all that the private profiles need to do to win is take even 1 tick. There are 3 ticks for the capture point. If they get even 1 of those, they will have progressed further, and they will win.
Yep. So there is something that I noticed throughout that whole match is they just kept going through that same choke point.
They did. And
I think they might have gone through this window up here.
There's a window up here, and there's actually, whoops, a balcony over here. And you can get up to there through the sides. So if you come in here, you can sneak in that way.
Behind the bus and
you can also come in over this way.
Yeah, but you have to go through the choke point at that point there.
Depending on the character, you can also go over the wall right here.
So lots of ways to play this game and lots of ways to attack.
Here comes We Who Shall Not Be Named. They're going to be setting up for this defense. And they have got to, they've got a Widowmaker taking some pot shots.
They got the snipers.
See if they can get anything done with that.
Yep. And it looks like
there's a Widowmaker on the other side too.
There's a oh, we got a Torbjorn on private profiles. Torbjorn's one of my favorite characters because he can lay down a turret, and the turret will target everything that's an enemy. And usually you just start getting
and the snipers are taking shots at each other right off the bat.
As you should.
And that's a win for private profiles. Their sniper takes out the sniper who shall not be named. And just like that, they have a pretty big advantage.
Yep.
See if they can leverage that into taking the point.
Because now you got to come all the way back from base, if I remember right.
Shall not be named are getting pushed back. They're going to be healing up a little bit, so they're sustaining okay, but
yeah, private profiles putting on a lot of pressure
private
as
profiles
you see them coming up.
Taking the high ground, and they're going to do a flank right here.
Yep, gotta watch out for this. Ooh, and the flank comes in, and that's going to draw fire.
They're going to draw fire, and they're going to lose one, but they've traded it back.
They're contesting the point now.
They're contesting the point.
So it looks like trading a few kills here and there.
And it looks like they might just hold this. They're down a couple of people, though, and this first point is harder to hold for the defenders because it is further, well, I should say it's closer to the attacker's spawn than it is to the defender's spawn.
Yep.
So their reinforcements are going to be coming a lot faster.
Yep. So if you can get all of the kills for the attacking team, if you're able to just wipe out the opposing team.
Orisa's trying.
Yep, she's one of the tankier characters.
Looks like
doesn't have good attack.
Private Profiles has backed off the point a little bit in order to regroup.
Yep. But
And this
still,
Orisa is isolated, and I don't think she's going to make it.
no, they've pushed up pretty. They've pushed up pretty well.
They let her go.
So
They let her
Private
go.
Profiles are doing much better attacking this time around than we who should not be named. So.
And they're starting to drop some ults now.
Yep. A few ults. The Orisa's got an ult ready.
The Orisa ult is empowering all of their damage. They're just doing so much damage. They've lost 2, and you see if that Tracer can get in there. Now it's back to an even fight almost.
Oh, that Tracer
But it
goes
looks
down
like-
real quick.
It's like they're collapsing.
So just a little bit of
And
contesting. So Private Profiles
there
now
it
on the
is.
point.
There it is.
And boom. That's going to do it. So Private Profiles taking this second round, and that also means they took the second game. So that means the first entire round of Private Profiles against We Who Shall Not Be Named ends in a victory for Private Profiles.
Private Profiles.
So this is your play of the game.
It's a huge gravity storm right here.
Oh
And
yes,
just
that was
pulls all
quite
of
the
them
pretty
in.
gravity storm.
There's just no escape. You just have to stand there and die.
Nope, just sit there and you die. So that'll do it for your first round with Private Profiles, taking it against We Who Shall Not Be Named. So we'll be right back with another round. So that's going to end this stream, and we're going to start a new stream for the next round.